I will start with Coach. Coach, we saw the good results over the weekend, and I'm sure the confidence is still high amongst the team. But unfortunately, there will be no fixture this weekend due to the international calendar. I just want to know, are you not worried that maybe just when your team have picked up the momentum, especially after beating the defending champions, now they'll have to wait another next week to play?
Yes, I would say, yeah, it was a very good display by our team over the weekend with the win against the defending champions. And yes, it would have been good again to be playing this weekend, but because of the FIFA calendar, there won't be any games, so we have to go back to the drawing board, to the training ground to prepare again for the midweek match that will be playing on Wednesday next week.
And maybe talking about the midweek game, it's against Sky Battalion. They have not been doing well in the Premier League so far. And immediately after the midweek game, you will be hosting Matlama. They are a big team as well. Are you not worried with how the fixture has been done? On Wednesday, playing Sky Battalion, then over the weekend, playing Matlama?
No, not really. I think the midweek match against Sky Battalion, it's one of the toughest matches I think that we'll play. Because so far you see, like, you can say they are no longer small teams, because when they play teams that are doing well, they always rise up to the occasion. So we're going to take it as one of the matches that we need to be focused. The players have to show more hunger, so that it would be good for us as Kick4Life to be going to the weekend's match again against Matlama having prepared. But presently the focus is mostly on the midweek match. It's very, very important that we should see to it that we secure maximum points. Then after that match, then we'll think about the weekend's match, because consistency for now it's of high importance. We need to be very, very consistent.
Okay. And another question, just as been talking with coach about the next week midweek game against Sky Battalion, I just want to know, do you have any updates regarding Sanda One and the Sky Battalion issue? With SK, yes, it's clear that we are going to play the game, but what do the rules say about the whole matter with the team registering the players late after the deadline?
It's probably a question you need to ask the Premier League rather than us, I think. But from what I understand, it's a difficult one. From what I understand, the players are supposed to be registered by a certain date. Obviously, from what I understand, with the situation with Sky Battalion, they had no players registered. We don't know the reasons why. Whether there was a valid reason for that or not. It's not really for us to know or for us to say. But yeah, at the end of the day, the Premier League postponed our fixture, and then they've decided to reschedule the fixture. So they're obviously within their rights to do that. It wasn't a matter of the team failing to turn up. It was a matter of the Premier League postponing it. So, as far as we know, that's the case, and we'll be playing them next week. Sandawan is obviously a totally different situation. I think a bit more clear cut in the way that we turned up for the game and they didn't. But again, what isn't clear, I think, at the moment is they also haven't turned up for their two preceding matches either, and that probably put some doubt into whether they're going to continue as a club. Again, it's not really our business, and we don't know. Obviously, we don't know what's happening at other clubs, so. I guess there'll be no decision on that one until the Premier League know whether Sandowan will be continuing to exist as a club. So at the moment, yeah, we're none the wiser of what's happening on that one.
But as the management of the team, looking on how things have been going, with postponing of the games, the team not playing, and now we are way behind in terms of the games. Are you not worried that it will affect the performance of your team?
I mean, it's obviously disappointing when we seem to, and I mean, I'm not saying it's better for other teams, but we seem to be more unlucky whenever we seem to start playing games that we have a game postponed. Now there was obviously the Sky Battalion one, there was the Forta game that was obviously postponed alongside most of the other teams' games, but some of those have caught up on that one. Then we had Sandoana. Now this next coming weekend again is another week off, and we're behind on games. We don't feel like we're getting momentum going, but it's probably unlucky rather than anything else. So yeah, I mean, we'll see whether it'll have effect on anything or not. I mean, the other way you can look at it is next week we play 2 games in 3 or 4 days, and maybe that is a chance to pick up momentum. I mean, that can probably work either way, but if you win the first game and suddenly 3 or 4 days later you go with a bit more confidence. So I guess it depends what way you look at it. But I mean, certainly I know when you look at the log right now, suddenly you catch up on those games and you pick up some points. If we do, then it puts us right back into the mix. So we want to catch up on those games. So hopefully we can get a better reflection of where we are and where we stand. But it's one of those things. There's not a lot we can do about it. We carry on doing our things, and we can't really do much about what's happening at other clubs.
All right. And getting back to coach, wow, I think you caught everybody by surprise on Saturday. You introduced Tebello Ntine. It was his first debut. It was a big game. I just want you to get your reflection on that decision. How easy or how difficult was it for you to make that decision? And maybe on average, maybe out of 10, how can you rate him?
Okay. It was not a very difficult decision to make. Tibello has been doing well in training. He has shown some very good work rate, and I believe that he deserved to play, and the best way for him to grow as a player was to play him against the likes of Bantu, and he did very well. He played according to the instructions that I had given him, together with other his teammates. Individually he was good, and departmentally with his colleagues there, he also did well for the 45 minutes that I gave him. And out of 10, I think I would give him 7 out of 10. He was calm under pressure. He did everything tactically that was expected of him. So I was very satisfied with his performance.
And the Maswabi and Seal combination, are you now do you think they are settling well, that we can expect more goals from them?
Yes, they are settling well, and the good thing about them is, for the kind of play it suits the way Kick4Life plays. So it's easier for them to gel, because their style of play suits the way we also play. So it's easy, and you can see they are now developing that telepathy, cohesion that is there. They are tormenting the defense, and I can see in the long run they'll be giving us more goals. Yes.
And maybe just wrapping up with you before we cross over to the request, just want to know, how are you going to make use of this international break? Are you going to play any friendlies?
Yes, there are discussions that we are already having with other teams. We're just expecting feedback from them. We'd like to have at least 3 games between now and next weekend, so that the guys can be playing the one good thing again, we have two of our players in the senior national team, and we also have another two in the under 20s. So it's good that we have our players representing the country.
All right. On that note, Little Chris, what's your take on what Coach has just said from the management side?
Regarding
The players are being called up for the national duty.
no, I mean we're always really proud to have players representing their country. I think it's a reflection on where we are now as a club, and that we have these players, both players playing in the junior teams, which is a great reflection on the way we're moving with young players, the way we work and develop young players. But as well as that, it shows that I think we're building something here that we now have a number of players who are getting call-ups to the senior national team as well. So it's great for us, and we're proud of the guys every time they go out and play for their country.
Okay, and maybe just wrapping up with you. Any update on Lefty for now? When can we see him back on the field? I don't know between the two of you who have more details.
No, I think for him to start with other team members, it's in January. For now, it's just rehabilitation, which is being monitored by the doctors in Bloemfontein and also the physiotherapist here in Maseru. So we're looking at January after the Christmas break. Hopefully he'll be fit. But the last time when he went for tests, the doctor was happy in Bloemfontein that his recuperation is coming very, very well. So chances are we'll see him by January.
So he hasn't even started even just a light training?
No, that's what I'm saying. The light training he has started with. That is the side which the physiotherapist had encouraged that he should start light training. Then he will go again to do the tests in Bloemfontein. So after that, hopefully he will pass. Then he can start with his teammates in our mini preparation after the Christmas break.
All right. Thanks, Coach and Chris.
Okay.